Welcome back to our Cobra Kai Season 2 review. Today we're doing Episode 7. I'm the Grappler 6. Joining me as always is the Grappler 8. And today a special guest from the Midnight Jury podcast. We got Midnight Mike.
What's up, guys? Very excited. Very excited.
Happy to have you here. Yeah, so Daniel hears someone hitting that heavy bag. So he thinks it's Robbie. He comes outside and it's John Kreese.
Early Kreese gets the worm, by the way. How about that?
And a great reveal when he comes out from behind the bag with the music. It was definitely impactful,
intense. Yes,
yeah,
for sure. That can't
and
be
I like how
Daniel.
Guy, man. I like how Daniel accuses him of breaking and entering.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is there a fence? I guess there's the fence and then like high bushes. I mean, he could have hopped the fence. It's an open dojo.
Yeah, so far, we've seen kids just stroll up. LaRusso tries to make them do his laundry, make him do painting his house, his car. He's got 15 houses by these friggin' poor kids. So who knows if there's even a lock. Maybe because the kids built everything, there's no damn lock on the fence.
Now, I have a question for you guys about this. I'm a mark for anything Karate Kid. I mean, if I'm a mark for something, there's a few things I can name, and the Karate Kid franchise is one of them. I wish in this season they would have, because breaking this opening scene down, these are just two old men fighting over like a children's karate dojo. And so when you look at it, you're kind of like, okay, these guys are pretty lame. But in the first season, I feel like the wife and other people called them out on it more, making it all the more like, okay, they understand what they're doing is like a midlife crisis kind of thing. And, people call them out on it. On this season, I don't know if they're doing that as much.
We actually touched on that earlier in just about how, well, possibly sarcastic that, hey, turf wars are in karate. Like all's fair in love and karate rivalries, I think was the
That's the saying. That's the
that we all
saying.
live by. So, yeah, I do remember that when they were about to fight and then she made him breakfast and that was it. They were like, okay, you can either punch each other or eat some eggs. And he was like, okay, let's have some eggs in last year. So yeah, that was, it's the guy from Cagney and Lacey trying to look intense and Daniel LaRusso, the sweatshop operator, having an argument in the backyard.
The Daniel LaRusso character and the Kreese character, I think they're the worst or the best examples of old guys trying to, get something back. But with Johnny, the way they built his character throughout season 1 and season 2, it makes sense because he's always been living in the past.
But Johnny's also learning. See, that's the smart move. This guy right here, he knows what he's saying, this Midnight Mike fella here. I like this guy.
So next we see Sam back at her house, and she's trying this greenish organic seaweed hemp drink that Moon made for her. And, we come to find out it's designed to balance your kinetic energy.
And let's be honest, Moon can see that Sam's probably put on a few pounds too. So she's like, hey, here, you probably need to do this. Get your greens in and whatnot. This is the best way to do it. Stop eating fries. We can all see it, but even with masks on.
She's eating the fries. She's putting mayo on top. She's putting ketchup on top. But anyway, I thought the hemp oil thing or the hemp was going to play, some sort of future role in her getting kicked out of a tournament or something. But
positive test. Good call.
Yeah.
I guess you never know. You never know. It's definitely possible. So then Moon asks Sam if she's got a crush on Robbie, and Sam admits that she does.
I love how you use their real names. You're very professional. Because like Robbie to me, I call him Sean Hunter or JTT.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, is that it?
Yeah. Well, he has the JTT hair.
Yes, he does. Good point.
And the
Sean Hunter hair. So yeah, there's a lot of people that I didn't even know. Moon, I had no idea that was her name.
He had a tattoo. Hawk had the tattoo of Moon on him
that's Hawk's girl right there. Hawk's old girl right there. So
I mean, Moon said to go with the white shirt if you notice, because white's probably slimming. I guess that's a slimming look. But I digress.
No, she should have been wearing all black. All black. Black is the Black. No, stripes are no. You need to slim down. All solid black.
Okay.
So now we're back at Cobra Kai, and Miguel, Johnny's walking in. Miguel tells Johnny that he's sorry for his loss and his friend being zipped up in the body bag. Johnny asks Miguel how things are going. How's Kreese been? He lets him know that Kreese is tough, but he definitely knows what it takes to win.
R.I.P. Tommy. I miss you.
You're doing that.
Very nice tribute, Ocho.
I don't want to make a mess over here.
All right, first and foremost, you're talking about with Kreese making himself comfortable in Cobra Kai. Okay, the picture hanging on the wall, it looks like he goes, a buddy of mine took that photo, but I feel like it was taken at like the old time photo place next to Lucky Leo's in Seaside Heights. Like it looked like such a planned photo.
Fake arms, fake everything. Just you put your head right on there.
No, not that fake. I thought it was like an old time photo booth where you go in and you put the outfit on and you take a picture
like you
and the background.
Ye old saloon pictures with your shotgun.
Correct. That's what that picture looked like. I think they could have done a much better job with that.
Now, I know Johnny was a little upset, but, I got to give Kreese some credit. I mean, he did reorganize Johnny's office, and he did pay some past due bills, so you got to give him some credit for that. I mean, what was Johnny doing? Just leaving them on the did he think they were going to pay themselves?
Whose money did he use, by the way, though? How did he have access to the checkbook?
John Kreese. Yeah, he's John Kreese. He has access to everything, doesn't he?
Oh, he's still... Okay.
But he's poor, right? So he couldn't have paid it out of his own money, right?
That's true, because he's living in that shelter, that homeless shelter.
Yeah. Okay. So it couldn't have been him. Yeah, he must have had some sort of access to those books.
But just to, not to go against you, but personally, I thought that self-portrait was kind of a nice touch. Every time Johnny comes in, he can kind of spin that chair around and look at Kreese and his manufactured photo.
But I agree with the idea of the picture, like staring down at you. But I just think the picture could have been taken better. They have to have a pretty decent budget on this. So let's get a realistic photo.
Fair criticism. So now, Johnny walks out of the office and he wants to get the class started. But it appears Kreese had other plans. He wanted them to train in the woods. Really separate the men from the boys.
Or women.
The only thing I could say about this scene, it goes hand in hand with because they're going back and forth between the Cobra Kai training and the Miyagi-Do training. Why is the heat wave affecting only the people at Miyagi-Do?
I got that too. They're dressed like fall weather in the freaking mountains.
Yeah.
And it's 1,000 degrees at Miyagi-Do. Are they across the globe or something? Is this like a freaking global warming thing? Kreese has a denim jacket. These guys got
one guy had a hoodie.
On.
Yeah.
The woods, let me clarify this, okay? So the woods that they were in, okay, in that part of whatever state that they're in, is actually about 15 to 25 degrees cooler than actually where Miyagi-Do, the dojo, sits. So they're sitting much higher, so the sun is actually affecting them much more. So that's why, as an example, Dimitri was sweating in places. He didn't even know he had pores. But then you saw the Cobra Kai guys running around out there like, it ain't no thing. So big location.
But I don't think a 15-degree difference is the difference between sweltering hot, everyone sweating,
and
then
denim jackets.
And hoodies. Yeah, and hoodies.
Well, Daniel told him it was 100 degrees out.
They must have been high in the... Well,
hey, are we going to ignore the fact that LaRusso is literally just letting this multi-million-dollar dealership go by the wayside while his wife is probably now looking for some strange as he's teaching a bunch of kids in this 100-degree sweltering heat?
Hey, Ocho, it's important for Daniel to teach these kids Miyagi-Do karate so they can stand up to these Cobra Kai bullies and
bullies.
Look, so anyway, Daniel lets them know that what they're going to train, right? So they're going to train an ancient Chinese art called Chu Breako. Are you guys familiar with that art?
Of course.
No, I'm not.
You've never trained in that, Mike?
I have not. Other things,
all's
not
fair
that.
in love and karate rivalries. You need to know the Shengeko, man. Like, what's...
Yeah, no, I haven't done that one. I've worked in other martial arts, but not.
Then again, look at Six and I. Obviously, we know our stuff. I mean, of course.
You guys are set. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with either of you guys.
So now we're back at the Coyote Creek for the Cobra Kai wood training, and they're going to split up into two groups, and they'll each have a red headband on or a black headband on. Very very creative, and basically they're going to have to fight for their lives out there. And the object is the last man standing, and they're going to have to rip each other's headbands off to figure out who exactly is the last man standing.
Go ahead, Ocho.
This is manhunt to the degree, so that's all. I just interjected. Go for it, Midnight Mike.
What I was going to say is, I throughout these seeds, I love. First off, I love Stingray.
Chubbs.
Chubbs. I love what he did in this episode, and I hate Dimitri. But I have to give some love to Daniel. Because where you guys said it earlier, he's letting his car dealership go by the wayside. First and foremost, his wife is supposed to be good enough. She should be able to run this business. How come when the man leaves, the woman is completely frazzled? I don't understand it. I mean, is it a case of you're sending a woman to do a man's job? She can't handle the car dealership? No, I think in 2019, she can handle that car dealership, and she can let Daniel do what he has to do.
That's the women's revolution. Sure. There you go. That's all part of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree with you, Midnight Mike. Absolutely. So now we find ourselves back at the Miyagi-Do. They're doing the ancient Chinese circle exercise, and the kids are all in a nice circle, and basically they have one person in the middle, and Daniel yells out a random number, and then that person runs in, and the person in the middle has to defend themselves. And Robbie was doing really good. Dimitri, not so much. They called Dimitri in. The first person, Rocksteady's the first person to run, rushed right in and just gave him a big, nice punch right in the breadbasket. And Dimitri couldn't even defend himself. Now we're back. We find ourselves back at the Coyote Creek for this wood training. And Miguel and Tori, they're walking through the woods, and they end up finding some jobber on the red team. They end up taking him out 2-on-1. And Johnny's kind of a little bit far back in the distance, but he's really not liking what he's seeing.
I mean, that kick was pretty awesome. That last kick that sent him spinning.
Was it the kick or the spin? I mean, let's be honest here.
Well, was the spin a direct cause from the kick?
Of the kick? Yeah, well, maybe.
If it was
kick,
then it was the kick.
Because Tori can kick. Tori had to scratch and claw her whole life. That poor girl. She wasn't spoiled like other people in this damn series that just can't stop eating everything, and she can barely get her hands on a freaking meal because her mom got fired. I'm digressing again. Go ahead, Six, take it away.
Unbelievable, Ocho. So now we find, due to the fact that all the kids keep complaining, I mean, it's 100 degrees at the Miyagi-Do. Daniel decides to take him to a frozen meat locker.
Jumping in right now because this is the dumbest thing ever per survival protocol. Everybody knows you do not go sweaty into a cold environment. Les Stroud, Mr. Survivor Man, knows. But he even says if you sweat, you die. Now, Daniel, first he builds some houses, and then all of a sudden he wants to give the kids hypothermia. This upset me. I didn't mean to cut you off. Man, we gotta know better than this. Okay.
Ocho, he wants them to adapt to their environment. Is there a problem with that?
Yeah, extreme adaptation. He also wants them to paint the fence, paint the house, sand the deck, build the car, build them a building, pick another.
Lay the carpet, lay the tile.
Lay the tile, lay the carpet.
So after Sam and Robbie had their moment, they kind of bust out of the circle in the meat locker, and Dimitri steps up, and man, he gets beat up again right away. So, Daniel kind of, goes over and kind of pulls him aside, gives him a little pep talk, and after he keeps complaining, and just tells him, look, man, you need to use your instincts. You need to anticipate. And, well, it worked. Well, for a second, it worked.
Very quickly.
Miguel then got popped again right by Rocksteady, and he was just down on his knees like he normally is.
Is Rocksteady a real character name?
Rocksteady was from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He was one of the villains.
Correct. But I'm wondering, because you've known character names, is one of the characters have the nickname Rocksteady?
Yeah. That big black kid. Yeah.
Okay.
So when they first appeared on the show, they when I think it was
Bebop and Rocksteady. Yes, they did make that. They did make that reference. Yeah. Okay.
They were asshole twins, but we decided to go with what was appropriate.
Yeah. Okay.
Back at Coyote Creek, and man, this contest is going good, but we're down to Hawk and Miguel. They're the last two. And
I have a problem here. Hold on, I have a problem here. If this is the case, who took? You said who's the chick? What's her name?
Tori with a Y.
Yeah. Okay. Who took her out? It had to be Hawk, right? Because she had to have been one of the last people to come back.
Sure.
She
So
probably
I feel
like played possum just to, he might have, maybe he had a.
So someone had to take her headband. It had to be Hawk. He's the only one talented enough on the red team to do it. Why didn't we see that fight? I would have loved to see that.
Good point. I'm with you there. I can't disagree.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that. So Miguel's pissed. He knows that Hawk is the one that trashed Miyagi-Do, and he's not happy with it. He's not happy about it at all. And Miguel, basically wants to kick the crap out of Hawk for doing that. Hawk's ready to take him on. They end up having a really good scrap. Miguel ends up kind of going over Hawk before the end, and then ends up, once Hawk's down, gives him a nice swift kick in the head as a good measure. So
he finished
what do you
him.
guys think of that?
Yeah, he finished him. I wish Hawk would have won the fight. And I think at one point they were both talking. I want to say it was like a Nicolas Cage kind of deal where they're both talking like this. Like, what are you doing? No, what are you doing? Kind of like that deal.
Yeah, a worthy opponent. And is that all you got? And
yeah, they had this gravelly thing going on with their voice. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the fight. I think if this series wants to continue on multiple seasons, you've really got to put off the victory of any kind of face character. So I think Hawk should have won this fight. And I think that if they end up having another tournament or anything like that, I think Cobra Kai should still somehow win. Just because if the second you give them what they want, which was supposed to be Miyagi-Do going over, I feel like it's going to have a hard time going after that.
Wow. Valid point. No, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's a good breakdown, Mike. Good breakdown. So the most shocking thing to me, and I don't know about you guys, but let me know what you think. Stingray crawls out of the mud and attacks Miguel from behind, and he pulls his headband right off.
Yeah.
Man, and Johnny was not happy with Miguel after this.
Well, he wasn't happy with Miguel because of the finish him kick, not
Correct.
because he lost. But Kreese was very proud of Stingray, and I thought this was a great swerve. This was written by Russo.
Could have been. And Stingray flipping the script, and that guy probably knows how to party too. That's all I gotta say.
So next we see Sam, and they're back at the LaRusso household, and she comes into Robbie's room and compliments him on redecorating his room. They get a little small talk going, and then they embrace and they kiss.
Yeah, I think he could hear her coming too, by the way, with those giant footsteps and the wood creaking, the boom, boom, boom,
Especially
boom.
if he had a drink.
Oh, yeah, it would be like Jurassic Park, basically.
Yeah.
Like the water level going and spilling over. I mean,
as soon as they started to get together, I thought that Sean Hunter was way too good for her. If he cut his hair to not have that JTT haircut, I think he'd be even more out of her league. So he's already out of her league.
This is him trying to figure out a way to burn some calories, too, for her. Like, hey, look, maybe I can help her get her cholesterol down. Her HDL to LDL ratio is out of control, and maybe this is what I got to do for Miyagi-Do.
Yeah, she's going to be
probably
Sam-Do. She's probably already on heart pills, She probably has the pills for the heart. She probably has some sort of insulin shots.
Agreed.
So let me get this straight here, guys. Let me get this straight.
Mike is on the right track here.
You guys are telling me that Robbie is out of Sam's league?
Absolutely.
Do I have that?
Yeah.
Did I hear that correctly?
I think Hawk is way cooler than all of them. I think he could play every woman in this show. I'll just put that out there. But Robbie I'm not a fan necessarily of Robbie. He's too babyface for me, but he's still out of her league. Especially, like I said, if he just cut his hair normal looking.
I mean, Dimitri's out of Sam's league.
Sam has been drinking the organic green seaweed drinks, right, with the extra hemp involved that doesn't get her high. She's been doing nothing but training Miyagi-Do. She's running 10 miles a day up and down a mountain. She's never been in better shape. She's bouncing on a wood board.
If she's jogging 10 miles up and down a mountain every day and she still looks like that, she must put down more than like an elephant. Like,
remember those s'mores that she made? She puts Reese's peanut butter cups on them, marshmallow, heroin. She would have
to be eating 23 or how long would it take to do that run? Let's say it takes 2 hours. The rest of the 22 hours in the day, she'd have to be eating to stay that size.
So just to give you guys a little insight here. So she actually intermittent fasts. So she's on a 16-8 program every day. So what you guys might be seeing is her one giant meal. It's her one giant meal. The rest of the time she's training. So really, let's just be honest, okay? When you're intermittent fasting, and if everything isn't quite perfect that's going in the body, it's not going to affect it that much.
Yeah, there's like water
if you were just, munching down like Tori does she's going with the Kit Kat and the Snickers and the sodas and everything else you got with Aisha at the grocery store.
She's going with the Joey Chestnut diet here. Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut, the eater diets, I believe. That's what it is.
Did you try to imply that, is it Tori?
Yeah, with a Y.
Tori with a Y.
That she's not attractive or like 10 times better than LaRusso Jr.?
Oh, I wasn't implying that.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Because Tori is in shape.
You sparked Midnight Mike here. You saw that.
She is in shape. She is not plump.
I would have to say Sam's in shape as well. So, but you guys are giving Sam a hard time about eating, a couple cookies here or there. But then we did see Tori at the gas station with her Snickers and her Three Musketeers and her 4 different Dr. Peppers.
That was the only meal she had for a month because her mom got fired from the
She had a whole box of donuts. Ocho, a whole box of donuts. She wouldn't even share with Aisha. Look, we're moving on. So now we see Daniel, and he's at the dealership, but it's too late. The guy quit, right? So Mrs. LaRusso tells Daniel, he's not able to keep his promises or balance any type of balance in his life. She's not happy with him right now.
And the balance was his whole thing. Remember, I got this. I can balance this. I can walk with a book on my head. I'm such good at balancing.
He's struggling, Ocho. He's struggling. He never claimed to be perfect.
All right. First and foremost, he needs to get his wife in a little bit of a check here. And
you mean like
he won a karate tournament?
Like,
he won a karate tournament.
He was 1984 and 1985 champion. He built her a car empire. He's rich. They have a pimp ass house. And the thing that he's not at the car dealership for is spending all his time with his daughter. She has no argument here. Run the business. You do that. You should be able to at this point.
I'll keep our daughter from getting worse with her diabetes while you run the business. Exactly.
Yes, that's that. See, Daniel LaRusso, this whole story isn't about training people to beat Cobra Kai. It's about training his daughter to beat diabetes.
This guy Mike's onto something.
Yeah, he's succeeding. It's a beautiful story, and I'm excited for season 3.
What if he thought Sam was going to eat the metal, thinking it was like a chocolate bar?
Yeah, or like one of those Jewish coins that has the chocolate in it. Yeah.
So maybe Robbie did a favor for that.
Yeah.
He was trying to never passed that, even as.
So they make Jewish chocolate coins that are actually like a war medal? Is that?
Oh no, I'm saying maybe he's like Ocho said, he thought she was gonna think it was some sort of war medal foil chocolate candy. Because she's looking for food anywhere she can get it, and so that's probably why he hid it and didn't tell her.
During her feeding window, right?
Yes,
during her feeding window, right?
So what is she, like an animal that they feed her at certain times? 6? Would you show this girl some respect? What do you mean feeding window? Like you're just gonna open up the door? Here you go. Throw a bunch of food at Sam. What? How disrespectful is that? The girl's like 17.
She doesn't follow Tori's diet, Ocho. She doesn't just eat candy bars and drink soda and a box of donuts whenever she wants. She's on a specific regimen.
Yeah, you say she has feeding time now, like she's some freaking.
She's bouncing on wood. She's running up mountains. She's on a treadmill and she's training that stuff all day long.
Burning off them French fries.
You better clean those eyelids of your mask there, pal. I don't know what you're seeing. So now we're back at Cobra Kai, and Johnny is pretty upset with Kreese. He doesn't like his teachings. Lets Kreese know Cobra Kai needs to change. And there's a big difference between no mercy and no honor. And
I think Johnny's getting weak, and I'm not liking it.
Oh, I think Johnny's doing a great thing. I think Johnny is such a good guy that he's learning as he goes along too. He says he's not perfect. Johnny just wants to have a karate dojo and teach good kids, and that's all he's doing. And that's why I think Kreese, old boy, old Cagney, and Lacey are getting the axe.
Well, Kreese, he banters back a little bit at Johnny, and Johnny's heard enough. He tells Kreese, you know what, they're done. He doesn't want to see him back in the dojo again. And Kreese kind of waddles out the door, and hopefully he doesn't let the door hit him, hit his ass on the way out.
I'm gonna have to go further than Ocho on Cobra Kai. Johnny's getting weak. He needs to know what the rules are of Cobra Kai. It's strike first, strike hard, no mercy. It's that it's right on your wall. I don't. Did you
not hear Six's power pause earlier when he said no mercy, and then he waited a good 2 seconds and then said no honor? How did you miss that? We want honor.
No honor.
Here.
No, not at Cobra Kai. It's not on the wall. If it's not on the wall, I don't want to hear it.
People change. Things change.
No.
People go, man. Things happen. No. This is how we do it. We evolve.
No, Johnny's getting soft. He needs to be beat up a little bit by Kreese. He'll get in line, and that's what we're seeing going on. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Who's this Midnight Mike? Whoa.
And Hawk is finally going to take out Miguel. And Hawk is going to win the next tournament.
Whoa!
There you
go.
Those
are some bold predictions. I kind of see Hawk as more of the mid-card guy, never really being able to get over to the main event status that Miguel's in. But I guess you never know. That's what makes it exciting,
Anybody whose mom called him shitlip is really going to be an SD Jones at best.
Hey, Miguel from the start has been playing the Hogan. This is your Randy Savage.
Whoa!
I'm sorry. He's gonna eventually. The champ's got to give up the belt for a while to go film a movie, and there's got to be that guy to take his place.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah, it's what's gonna. What do you think? What do you think? Fatty or Sean Hunter's gonna take it?
Who?
Which one's
Sean Hunter or Fatty?
So that's Sam or Robbie.
I would like to think Sam has an excellent shot at taking it, as well as Robbie. So if Miguel and Hawk are not on their game, absolutely, Sam will take them right out.
Oh, come on.
Are women allowed to fight in the All Valley with men? Did we decide that? Women's Revolution.
Aisha did.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, she did.
And she lost, right?
I think she won.
Well, if Miguel won, clearly she lost.
Well, I mean,
I think she may have won a match. I think she may have won a match and then lost in a later round.
Correct.
Because Cobra Kai doesn't lose in the first round.
Cobra Kai never dies.
Before we get out of here, though, I got my sleeper. So Mike's talking, a little bit forward, in the next season, right? But I got my sleeper for the next tournament. You guys might disagree, and that's fine. I'm going with Bert.
Bert
is Bert's the guy. Like, you guys don't see it right now, but
who's Bert? I don't know people by names. You have to describe
the real little blonde-haired kid with the glasses.
Oh, get out of here!
Bert's got this thing, man. Dude, you don't know how hard he's been training.
Bert is going to get a growth spurt. That's what's going to happen.
Whenever the next tournament is, you got your money on Bert 6. I got my money on Hawk. I think my Vegas odds are going to be much better.
I'm taking Kreese.
He's going to wrestle the kids or karate match.
He might. This isn't tournament. This is real world stuff, man. This is they're not points in real world.
We're talking about the next tournament.
Yeah,
whenever it comes up.
All right, you guys have this tournament word or whatever. I deal with reality. Ocho deals with reality.
Well, in reality, Hawk would win them all too, so it doesn't matter.
Again, his mom called him shitlip. He's an S.T. Jones at best.
Yeah, you look at all the things in the Rob Zombie Halloween. Look at all the things his mom called him. And look what he did. Hawk's going to murder the town.
Now we're getting to... Okay, well, look, that's a bigger... I'll take those
Metaphorically.
Oh, okay. Both
all right, guys. Well,
all around.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for episode 7 today. I want to thank everyone for joining us. I am the Grappler 6. Of course, the Grappler 8. And be sure to like this video, share the video, and, put some comments down there. Let us know what you think. And again, our special guest, Midnight Mike. And Mike, why don't you tell us a little about your Midnight Jury podcast?
And you can follow me on Twitter at Midnight Jury or at Midnight Mike Show. In that one, it's spelled MIDNITE Mike Show.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thanks for joining us today.
It was it was my honor. You guys are awesome.
And we'll see everybody next time for episode 8.
Subscribe to the Brothers Grappler YouTube channel for more content you didn't know you needed.